Welcome to GCCars. My name is Eric and today we're going to take a city POV test drive in this 2021 Honda CR-V Black Edition, so top trim. You can see all the stats about this Honda CR-V just on your right hand side. And yes, it's called the Black Edition, but it is white. We have some black trim though, that's why it's called Black Edition, in case you were wondering. In this POV test drive, as you can see, we got some nice wintry conditions here, so we can definitely test the all-wheel drive system quite a bit. What we're going to do is, well, just a drive here in the city of Toronto, and we're going to use that to test how smooth the drivetrain is. We might be going for a very brief acceleration of it, depending on the conditions of the road we're driving on. But before we go ahead, just a quick reminder, I got a full-on review about this 2021 CR-V just in the top right-hand corner, where we talk about the exterior, the interior, see how it drives, and if it's worth the money. Because in these POV drives, I'm not going to talk too much. It's more for you to see and hear how it is to drive. But speaking of driving, let's hop in. Go. Of course, want to get all the snow out. We'll keep the snow out as much as possible. Start her up. Heated seats, heated steering wheel. Just put the steering wheel up for you so you can actually see the gauges. You should be able to. Buckle up, make sure my audio equipment isn't getting squeezed. Wonderful. Let's turn on the wipers. Alright. Of course, we got a sunroof. And the seats here, it says Black Edition on there. It's really nice, actually. Yeah, let's go driving. We can actually maybe test the overdrive system here, because we have a mode for that. This mode shows us the gauges where the power is going. So if I'm gonna give it a little more gas here right now, yeah, you can see that was interesting. I don't know if you saw that. I'm trying to zoom in if you didn't see that. I can't accelerate much here, of course. But what happened basically was it tried to send a lot of power to the front first, because that's more economical. Then I noticed there's slip, so it sent a lot of power to the rear. That was actually really nice. That was good visualization. And whenever I have the steering wheel in like a weird position for POV drives, yes, you'll notice that I'm kind of holding the wheel in weird positions when I'm steering. But that's just because of the height. It's like very different to what I'm used to. Right? Normally the wheel will be a lot lower. Just so you know. The infotainment system here, obviously not the newest system out there. Let's go to navigation. It's decently responsive though, but if you look at it, yeah, it doesn't look as nice as a lot of new systems. Yeah, I don't think we're going to do an acceleration test today. The conditions are just not favorable for that. But we're going to do one definitely in the full review. So like I said, just make sure to check that out. And other than that, yeah, I'm just going to be quiet for a little while and just chime in occasionally, so you can get a feel for how it is to drive the CR-V as the first person visually, and of course, hearing it as well. Okay, we're gonna divert from this route again. Because A, it's more interesting, and B, we don't have to wait at the red light then as long. It will be fun to clean the car afterwards because it's gonna be filthy. With all the snow and slush and water down. But it did look beautiful in the parking lot. But after that, it was just kind of gross. The center console situation is pretty interesting here because you can see this one's not closed. We have like an extra compartment down here which is pretty big. We can like open this up. So yeah, kind of an interesting solution. Haven't completely figured it out yet. I just picked this car up like 2 days ago and I'm learning throughout the week and looking things up. For like my whole review about this specific part, check out the review because then I'll know what I'm talking about. Right now I'm just kind of like checking it out myself. But it's definitely interesting. I like the separate compartment basically at the bottom where you can just close it completely off. I think that's a cool idea. I haven't seen before. As you will be hearing right now, we do have belay in front of us. No, what I meant to say at all is we do have a CVT in this CRV. We have a 1.5 liter turbocharged inline 4 and a CVT. But it's honestly a pretty good one so far. As you can see, like in this, this is where you would notice it the most, like a bad CVT or a CVT that's a little, you know, unrefined. But in this case, you want to go right or you no? Okay. Thank you. But you don't, because actually, so far, the little driving I did, I'm at 130 kilometers. That's what's that? 70 miles, 80 miles. I so far like it. It's pretty smooth. You rarely ever notice that it's a CVT at all. But like I said, more on that, full review. Okay, and that was a brief POV test drive here in the Honda CRV. I can give you a quick look at the rear camera, which is not very clear right now due to moisture, but still, we got a few different modes here. Anyhow, let's turn it off. Take a look at the outside, and with that, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I have a full review about this Honda CRV, which should be on your screen right now somewhere. And we also have 2 more POV drives where we test different scenarios. One night POV test drive where we test the high beams and the headlights, and one highway POV test drive where we test adaptive cruise control and handling, weather permitting. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like it, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Thank you and goodbye.